Hello, welcome back. This is John Mill with Dear John, answering another question. Someone's written in and said, everyone around me uses me. I feel so depressed. Don't know who I am anymore. It's quite a common subject. It's one that I hear often. And are we in a world where everyone just cares about themselves? What do you reckon? Seems like that sometimes, doesn't it? But I know there are really good people out there, like you, and there are people that I call the takers. The takers. They're the people that, you're driving your car and you let someone go and you're in a good mood, and then you let another one through, and then all of a sudden there are 12 cars coming through and the first few are thanking you and the rest have stopped, and you're like, I'm growing a beard here, I need to go work. And it's like that, isn't it? It's like, I feel that there are people that will come and take your stuff, that will drink from the glass that empties you. And how do they become like that? And I believe that we kind of can mould them a little bit with how we're being. And I'll explain that in a little while. But I want you to think of it like this. The River Jordan runs into the Dead Sea. The River Jordan is an outlet. It's an outlet river. The Dead Sea is an inlet river. The River Jordan, which is an outlet, is full of life and abundance. The Dead Sea has no life in it. It's dead, and it's an inlet. Some people are inlets. They take from you. They want your stuff. And there are others, like you, I hope, that are outlets you want to give. Now, we can give unconditionally, but how much we give and who we give it to is up to us. And here's the thing, I always say to people, if someone's giving you 5% in life, in your friendship, give them 5% back. If they're giving you 100%, give them 100% back. But why are they giving you 2% and you're giving them 110%? Ever had that happen to you? I'm sure in your life you've had a time when you became a bit of a pleaser, a bit of a person that liked to give. And when we become a pleaser, which we've all been at some point, you start to give something off. People start to come to you because they know that you're good at advice, right? You're good at giving advice. You will be the person that everyone comes to. Ever heard that? We know where to go. We can come to you. But we'll also come to you when we need help. Might need a bit of money. We know that you're the one that we can rely on. But once where you enjoyed this role, you start to have a gathering of people around you, don't you? That keep wanting. Can you help me? Can you help me? I thought you was there for me. You're always there for me. And you keep giving. And I've often heard people say, I just want to run away to the countryside, turn my phone off and be myself. Because it's like they're peeling back layers of an onion. And you don't really know who you are inside. And you know what? When you lose who you are inside, you start to base your self-image on what they say. So you ask me for a favour and I go, yeah, of course, I'll drop you to the airport. I'll drop you to the airport and you say, oh, you're a good pal, John, you're good for me. And I go, oh, cheers, thanks. And when I go back, I go, yeah, I'm a good person. And I do this often. And then at some point, I really want to say no. And I say no and they go, oh. And then I feel like I'm letting them down. Then I feel guilty. And then I feel bad about myself. Because there's always that time when you're doing someone a favour, right? And you don't know why you're doing it. You're picking the kids up from school for them. And they live just around the corner. Right? And you're doing stuff for them that they could do themselves. Have you ever thought that when you're doing this stuff, you're the one being selfish? Oh, But you are, because you're not teaching them to do it themselves. You're not helping them help themselves. Think about it like that. So we have to learn to be a little bit self-ish. A little bit self-ish. Because it's important that we start to say no. We start to say no. Maybe we say no 3 times a week. And what we do is we get back some time. And this time is for us. This time is valuable. You spend your time. You cannot afford to waste time. So it's got value. When you take back time for yourself, you can do things that you want to do for you. But the trouble is if you've been a pleaser for a while, do you know what will happen? You'll go, I really, really want time for myself. Ever done this? Oh, I really need time for myself. I just need a day off. You get it. And then you go, I don't know what to do. Because you're not used to spending time with yourself, are you? You're uncomfortable spending time with you. So then you go, oh, I'll phone up Sally and see if she needs anything. Or see if she wants to go out. And all of a sudden, you're picking someone's kids up. Or you're fixing their car. Or you're doing something for them. And here's the thing. When a lot of people are using us and we are letting them, it's something about us too. Now, consciously you would say, I do not want this to happen. I hate it. But on a very subconscious level, you think you deserve it. So you put up with it. And you lower your standard. So on a conscious level, you really don't want it to happen. But on a subconscious level, part of you thinks you deserve it. You accept it. Now, why don't these people use certain other people in their life? You ever thought of that? So the person that uses you, I bet they go to other people and have respect for them. I bet they don't use them. But why are they doing it to you? Because it's something about you. It's something that you're giving off. So what we have to do is we have to learn to take back that time. Now think of it like this. If you was a big battery, right? And you're going to go out today and all those people that are going to use you are going to go, right, can I have a bit of your time? Can I have some money? Can I have your energy? Can we have some of you? So they start taking away all your energy, right? And your little battery starts going down and down and down. Now, there's got to be a point where you recharge it, right? There's got to be a point where it's going to go back up. So when you go home, there's got to be a point where you rejuvenate, where you recharge your battery, okay? And if your battery is completely drained and all you're now going to do is sleep and it doesn't get charged up properly till the next day, then what will happen? You'll start to get people to use you and take every little drop from you and you'll still have no energy in the day. And then you'll start losing who you are. And I've heard so many people say, I don't know who I am. I'm not sure about myself. And this is the thing, we have to learn to find out who we are again. Because there was a time when you was young and preschool, you'd have been quite happy playing on your own, wouldn't you? Quite happy just sitting there amusing yourself. And what would have happened if someone came along and took your shit away? Took your toys away? What would happen? Grabbed your toys. Pow! You'd have took them back, right? You'd have certainly complained. But now you're not. So what do we do? How do we stop people using us? If people do bad things to us, if we argue and start to get angry, all it does is cause us some anger, right? It upsets you. Say you're with someone at work and they always use you. Say you're the one at work that goes home late every night, but all the other workers are going home on time. What's that? Well, how's that happening? Because it's something about you. You're letting it happen, okay? So how do we address it? We don't want to argue because we'll get upset and the person will get defensive. So we do it in a very calm way. So say, for example, someone says things that aren't very nice to you. You've got someone that calls themselves your friend, but often they're not very nice to you. They have little digs. And then one day you say, do you know what? What you just said? Wow, that made me feel really uncomfortable. Actually, it made me really sad. Do you see how powerful that is? You know what you just said? I didn't actually think that that's what you thought me. Calm, quiet. This is what I call the lover voice, soft. Do you know, I've noticed that everyone seems to leave work on time and I'm always here late and I don't get any extra for it. Is it possible we can change that? You have to address it. And we call it immediacy. In that moment, you have to talk about it. Because there's so many times you don't want to say it, right? People are using you and you're like, oh, they're doing it again. They're doing it again. And do you know what? People will always show you early on in a relationship that what they're really like. Somewhere in that relationship, they would have done something to you and you'd have gone, that wasn't very nice. Oh, I'll let it go because they're all right really. And then they do something again and you go, that wasn't very nice. That's weird. Oh, I'll let it go. Then later on they do something that's nasty. Or someone borrows a couple of quid off you, doesn't pay it back. You let it go. Later on they borrow 100 quid off you. You don't get it back. They told you early on what they're going to do to you, didn't they? So we have to learn to challenge ourselves. If you don't like spending time on your own, then you have to know that somewhere in your life, maybe you struggle with being alone. You know, it might have come from the past. But we have to learn to become comfortable with spending time with us so we can take back a bit of that time. Now, look at the people around you. Now, this person has written that everyone uses me. Everyone uses me because this person is in a place where they're looking for that. That's their focus. So if you're focusing on everyone using you, what will you see? Everyone uses me. You won't see that one person that says hello to you every morning and doesn't use you. You won't see that person who's always got a kind word for you but doesn't want anything from you. Who are the people around you that use you? Who are the people that you can slightly start to distance yourself from? I can't come out today actually. I've got to clean the whole house. You can lie. I tell fibs all the time. I'm busy, I'm seeing a client. But I need that time to get back to being myself. You know, allocate time for yourself, time for your good friends. But look out for the friends. Maybe you've got one good friend that actually keeps giving and you give back, but you don't notice them enough. You keep hanging around with the people that take from you. And you know what? As we grow older and we become a little bit more mature, we get less friends. As we become more successful, we end up with less friends. The more success I've had, the more friends I've lost. How crazy is that? I've noticed that people are just struggling with the success and disappearing, which is sad. But if you're worried about you need friends to show yourself that you're liked, then they're not going to be the right friends. Sometimes you have better friends on Facebook than you have in real life, right? Those friends on Facebook go like. Your friends in real life don't do that either, do they? So look at the people around you, and the ones that are taking from you, I really want you to say, no, I can't today. Give them the amount of time they give you. Look at it as percentage of energy. Give them the amount of energy they give you. Say no 3 times a week. Imagine saying no 3 times a week, but I don't want you to feel guilty. Remember, you're going to be a little bit selfish. You're going to say no. You're going to tell a fib or you're going to tell the truth, but you're going to say, no, I'm going to just spend some time on myself, I'm going to get myself pampered, I'm going to get myself some clothes or whatever. You're going to spend time on you. Look at the people around you who are important to you. And these are the people we need to appreciate. Appreciate the people, your real loved ones that are there for you all the time. Give them the energy from your battery, because they will give you some back and it will rejuvenate really quickly. But stop giving away you. Otherwise, that onion will be peeled away and inside will be a really little tiny bit. So I hope this has given you something to think about. Now, as we always say, you could say, that was good, put that idea on the shelf, and that's shelf development, and we want you to do some self-development now. So I want you to go away and actually think about the people that you need to give less to. Think about the people that you could give more to, but think most of all about the most important person, which is you, okay? The only person you need to ever impress is yourself, all right? So, hope you found this useful, and keep them questions coming, and obviously give me time to answer them, because I've got lots of things going on. So, but I will do my best to really get them all answered. Thanks a lot. See you soon.